G'day everyone, Raid0AU, and welcome to a bit of a discussion video more than anything today, just something a little different. Hopefully I don't carry on too long with this one and bore you all to death. Just in the background you'll see some footage there from Wolfenstein the Old Blood. So if you're not interested in what I'm talking about, basically maybe mute it and just watch that. But the main crux of this video is in the last few days or over the last week, YouTube has announced changes to their partner program. And in particular to the eligibility rules to be part of the YouTube partner program. For those that maybe don't know, I started putting videos up seriously probably 2 years ago. I believe it was November 2015 when I started doing that. To be honest, I can't remember what the eligibility was at that point to join the YouTube partner program, but I know it was fairly low. So I managed to get in there. Back in April last year, in 2017, they did change the eligibility requirement, and you needed to have 10,000 lifetime views on the channel, which we basically on the channel we more than met that requirement as well, so that wasn't an issue. But what they're now doing is they're changing it once again that you need 4,000 hours of watch time in the last 12 months, and you need 1,000 subscribers. And for those that maybe aren't aware, the YouTube Partner Program, what that allows you to do is it allows you to monetize your videos. So come February the 20th this year, these eligibility requirements are now in place for any new channels. So anyone starting a new channel, that is the requirement as of now. Actually, as of January 16th. But as of February 20th, 2018, that'll also be implemented across all existing channels, including this one. So the 4,000 watch hours is not an issue. On average, we have probably, it's around 1,500 hours per month of watch hours. So over 12 months, we more than meet 4,000 watch hours. In fact, I think I worked it out the other day, and it was like we're 4.5 times that or something like that. So, something like it. So that's not an issue. That go out the window. The issue is going to be the 1,000 subs. So as I'm speaking right now, currently sitting on 835 subs. So the chances of actually reaching 1,000 subs in the next month are probably low, which effectively will mean that I will no longer be part of the YouTube Partner Program and won't be able to monetize videos. And there'll be those of you sitting out there going, well, big deal. And to a certain extent, I agree with you. I don't earn a lot of money through YouTube. If any of you think that I'm earning lots of money through this, you couldn't be further from the truth. Basically, there is absolutely no way that I could live off YouTube. Not with a channel my size. As far as channels are concerned on YouTube, mine is very, very small. Like, very small. And that brings me to some of the, and I'm actually reading this off the blog, the blog post that they put. it says there that though these changes, and I'm reading this verbatim here, though these changes will affect a significant number of channels, 99% of those affected were making less than $100 per year in the last year, with 90% earning less than $2.50 in the last month. Any of the channels who no longer meet this threshold will... Just to put it in perspective, and just to let you guys know as well, in the first year I didn't receive any money from YouTube. As we sit at the moment, basically the earnings from YouTube, and this includes the balance that's currently showing in AdSense, which is the system that's used. We have totaled $388.20. That's the entirety of it. So as you can see, it's not a lot of money. Hence why I work full time at another job, obviously. And this was never done to make money. I never did the channel to make money. Because I've seen comments out there that, well, people who are complaining about this, well, obviously their only motivation is to earn money from YouTube and therefore we should get rid of them anyway. That was never my aim. Like, it was never my big goal was to make lots of money from YouTube. It's a bit of a pipe dream, you know. Yes, it happens with some people, but they have to be in the right place, the right time. There's a lot of different variables that come into that. And certainly, you know, it's a bit of a pipe dream. I didn't think that was ever going to happen for me anyway. But what that money did do was it allowed me to, basically any money I earned from YouTube got funneled back into the channel. And I used that to assist, didn't pay for everything, but it assisted in being able to upgrade, you know, get a better microphone or, you know, buy a new game or something like that. Not that I wouldn't have done that anyway. I would have, but it assisted with that. So that side of things is disappointing for me. And I'll be completely honest, when I first read this the other day, it was like a kick in the guts. It was, I sat there for a while and all those thoughts go through your mind. Is it worth continuing with this? You know, you've been working for 2 years slowly, and the channel's slowly growing. It's constantly been on the way up as far as subscriber numbers go. So the aim for me in this year was to hit that 1,000, or is to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. And I believe we would hit that probably by the middle of the year. So it's just a bit of a kick in the guts for them to change this now, but they're going to have to change it sometime. So, you know, that's by the by. And then I sort of sat back and I've listened to a few other people talk about it and things like that. There is one paragraph in this blog which I found interesting. And I'll read this verbatim as well. While this change will tackle the potential abuse of a large but disparate group of smaller channels, we also know that the bad action of a single large channel can also have an impact on the community and how advertisers view YouTube. It then goes on to say we'll be working to schedule conversations and things like that so we can hear creators' thoughts and ideas. Well, to be honest, there's two main ones that have happened. First one's PewDiePie, and nothing against PewDiePie. Basically, I'm just calling these out just as examples of bad actions of a single large channel. So PewDiePie, and that caused the 10,000 lifetime views change on there. For those of you who don't know about it, I'm not going to go into details in these, but basically, yeah, that caused that. And more recently, the Logan Paul incident. I'm sure, if you don't know about that, then basically probably Google Logan Paul and you'll see what it's about. Once again, I'm not going to advertise what he did, but basically, that's the other incident there. But the changes they've currently made, and I understand, I'll get to it in a moment, I do understand why they've probably made these changes, have absolutely zero effect on those people. Nothing will change for them on there. I mean, obviously there will have been some backlash and some negative effects on them from what they did at the time. But these YouTube changes have a zero impact on those people. And it's a little bit, I'm a little bit disappointed that that because I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, it's lumping me in as part of the potential abuse of a large but disparate group of smaller channels. I've always been fairly careful to try and make sure that my videos meet any copyright guidelines, try not to have anything offensive in them and things like that. And those of you that have been watching my channel for some time will would probably understand that. So all of that's from my perspective, basically disappointing. I'm disappointed by it. And certainly it did make me question what I was doing on YouTube. From YouTube's point of view, though, I can kind of understand it. There's a lot of small channels out there which just re-upload other people's content, uploading movies, just doing all sorts of crappy stuff, to be honest. And yeah, that needs to be combated. I doubt whether a lot of those would have 1,000 subscribers anyway, and I doubt whether they'd have 4,000 hours of watch time. But YouTube have come up with those figures. That's what we have to live by. The other thing is that processing the payments for smaller channels no doubt costs, or for any channel, no doubt costs YouTube money to do that. And YouTube has never made a profit since it's existed, which is effectively why there's no other real competitor to YouTube as far as video channels are concerned. Twitch is a streaming channel, but as far as videos are concerned, YouTube has a monopoly on it. And so I'm sure from Google's point of view, they want to try and see where they can reduce costs to try and make a profit, to make it more sustainable. And I totally understand that. The other thing is there's not an unlimited amount of adverts. And although, there'll be those of you out there who go, I always get adverts. You don't always get adverts, basically. It's just probably when you get adverts it stands out more than when you don't. There aren't infinite number of adverts, which is why not every video that's monetized has an advert on it. Basically, at that point, there may not be enough adverts to go around and things like that. So for some of those adverts to then be getting shown on content which has either been stolen or is copyrighted or whatever, takes it away from the larger channels, or the creators who, not even the larger channels, but the creators that are complying by the rules, creating content, decent content for YouTube. And basically, it then affects them. It does have a negative effect on those channels if these small off channels are having adverts funneled to them. So I can understand that side of things as well. So, try and wrap this up. Where does that leave us? Well, having had a few days to think about it now, as I said earlier, the main reason I started doing YouTube videos was not to make money. It was because I wanted to make the videos. Having said that, while I'm happy with the way that the channel was slowly growing, I never really wanted it to absolutely explode and, suddenly you've got massive amounts of subscribers. I'm not sure that, I work a full-time job. I work a 7-day rotating roster. It's a combination of morning shifts, afternoon shifts, and night shifts. It means my body clock is normally pretty screwed up. I get to record videos when I can, as well as allowing time for the family. So, everyone is time poor, and time is very limited. So I'm not doing this I'm not one of these full-time YouTubers, is what I'm trying to say there. But what it has done is it's made me sit back and think, all right, well, maybe we should have been over that 1,000 subscriber mark. And quite probably the reason we're not there is down to the content that I'm putting on the channel, or the way I'm doing the videos, or something. So over the next, it's not going to be instant, but over the next probably few months, I'm going to try and change some of the ways I'm doing videos. And it doesn't mean that I'm not doing things like Empyrean or 7 Days to Die or Hold Your Own or Subsistence or anything new that comes along. I'll still be doing those. But the way I do them may be a little bit different. And I will look to, when I look at some of my videos, I've always consisted of trying to do a long form video. So basically trying to show everything and trying to show my experience in the game to try and properly reflect the game. And that will still be my aim. But there are times, I think, where I don't take you as viewers' time seriously enough. And there may be times there where I can do some editing in those videos so that basically you don't have to sit there and watch me mine something or do a repetitive task constantly. There are times when that's a necessary evil, and I'll still probably need to include that. But there's certainly times where we could either edit it out, or I could use some time lapse or something like that. So that's certainly something I'm going to be looking at. And hopefully by that, it might just make the videos a bit more efficient is the only word I can think of. If that makes any sense. Probably not, because I don't think this video is overly efficient either. Rambling a little bit. But this is unscripted, guys. I'm just talking off the top of my head. So the bottom line is, if you have heard about the changes to the YouTube Partner Program and were maybe wondering how it might affect the channel, hopefully this has answered it. The channel will still be going on. Our aim will be to get to that 1,000, and hopefully, basically, I've resigned myself to the fact that we are going to lose monetization on the 20th of February. Hopefully, it will be able to get back into the YouTube Partner Program once we hit that 1,000. The only concern I've got is once you're out of it, how hard are they going to make it to get back in? That concerns me. But over the next weeks and months, as I said, I'm going to look at changing how I make some of the videos. And the main effect that may have is it may reduce the numbers of videos that I can put out. Of that, I'm not 100% sure. It just depends on the editing process and how long it takes to... Obviously, everything takes time, so it's going to take a little bit longer to produce each video. But that's okay. It's okay. The other thing I'm not 100% sure of is what other benefits am I going to lose? I know I can't monetize. I know I won't be able to monetize, but am I still going to be able to schedule videos? Scheduling's a big part of it, where basically I can get a video and I can get it uploaded, make sure that it's been processed in time, so that when someone goes to watch it, they're not watching it in 320p, and I can schedule it for, say, tomorrow morning or in a day's time or something like that, and say, okay, I want this video to release at this time. Can I still do that? Not 100% sure. I know there was a mention of using cards and end screens and things like that, that those that had access to it would still have access to it, even if they lost the YouTube Partner Program eligibility. But that, all of it's a little bit up in the air with that. So I'm not sure on that side of things, and that could certainly have an effect on how I'm able to get those videos out to the channel. Got a feeling I'm not really going to know that until the 20th of February. Having said that, basically, some people may think that this video is a call for subscribers. And I suppose in a way, it'd be nice. But to be honest, I don't want people just to subscribe for the sake of subscribing. Have a look at the channel. If you like some of the content that you see, by all means, go ahead and subscribe. If you think there is potential for the future there and want to subscribe, by all means, thank you very much. But as I said, I'm basically resigned to the fact that we're no longer going to be in the YouTube Partner Program come the 20th of February. And yeah, it's very disappointing. Now, to all of you that have subscribed and been with the channel for some time, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. It means a huge amount to me, and it still will. As I said, the money side of things, while I was putting that towards upgrades for the channel, those upgrades will still happen, just might take a little bit longer, not too much longer, but a little bit longer, because it will need to completely come out of my own pocket, and I'll continue to do that, and I'll continue to bring some the content to the channel that hopefully you guys enjoy. I think I've rambled on too much, So I'm going to call this video here. Hopefully I've made myself clear. I don't know. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. And certainly in the comments, if there's any suggestions that you can make based on videos that you've watched on the channel, where you think I could improve them or change them, or what you like about them, what you don't like about them, anything, by all means, comment on there. I do read all the comments. I don't always get time to go and reply to all of them immediately. I try to go back at some point and reply to people just so they know I have read them, but I do honestly read every single comment that comes through. So by all means, your suggestions would mean the world to me. But I'm going to call it on that note. Thank you for listening. If you've lasted this long, then hopefully you're still awake. I'm Raid0AU, signing out.